honestly, it's about time that we built this thing up. I've put this off long enough, but I have almost everything that I need. And today's the day that it might be mostly put together. Now, probably should have done this sooner, but I didn't. So here's where we're at. And quite honestly, the best place to start is probably the easiest. That's going to involve some grease. And we got the bottom bracket, and we got the actual chain wheel. So we're going to get that installed, and it should be pretty quick. Now I know everyone's got their own personal preferences, but I also know that the Ori stuff just works, so they're not too expensive, so we're going with that route. One of the trickiest part of any install that I usually have is him. Anything small enough that he will put in his mouth, he will take with him, and then I have to track it down. So always got to remember to pick up after yourself. There is typically a reason why I don't do a lot of this is how you do this, or this is how you do this, and it's because a lot of the times I am learning how to do things for the first time. And it's really hard to try to teach someone how to do something when you yourself are just learning how to do it. I mean, after all, with everything, there's always new things to learn, and with this is no exception. But it does look good, and I know it's going to work because Shimano typically makes really good parts. And it's not installed all the way, but that is buttery smooth. And just like with the crankset, we'll be going with the Shimano Dior derailleur. Alright, so far so good. But next, we need tires. And I do happen to have tires lying around right around, not that. We have these FSA afterburner wheels, and I have V tires. So I know these aren't the best, but they do work just fine. And I know I railed about these before, but I did install a spacer here, so all that noise that I was making before is pretty much eliminated. We just got to get some brakes installed on these and keep moving. For brakes, we're just going to use some Clarks. Are there better ones? Yeah, of course, but these are going to work just fine, and they come with everything you need, and they look kind of cool. You always want to be careful whenever you're putting something on anything. I mean, like a bolt, because you don't want to run the risk of stripping certain things here and there. But I gotta say, stripping these would be a nightmare scenario. They're so small, and to drill it out, oh gosh, I don't even want to think about that right now. And with that, we're just gonna skip the next one. This is the part that I've been dreading. This is the part where I find out if the chain I have was long enough or I have to buy a new chain. I just didn't want to buy a new chain. And just the answer why I'm putting this on and these on right here with no hole, I am planning to put a dropper eventually, but I'm going to put a wireless one because say what you will about wired ones, they are cheaper, and if you can afford that, if that's the only thing you can afford, feel free and have at it. But me personally, I'll pay a little more each time just for the convenience of not having to route these. And I need both hands because one hand is very heavy. And I know I say a little more expensive, but let's be honest, they're way more expensive. You can get a dropper post for probably $130 if you're going to buy a cheaper one. Then you have to get the switch separately a lot of times, and the wireless one usually costs you about $800. But if you buy ones and just swap it around, then that is $800 for 2 bikes, which would come out to what, $400 a bike. Still more expensive, but if you have the means, it's hard to argue. Now, I actually want to leave it here for now because I wanted to install the fork, I wanted to install the stem, and I wanted to install the handlebars. I have it pretty much raring to go for tomorrow, but I kind of came to a crossroads. The fork that I wanted to put on was this RockShox Recon, which is only rated at 130. The bike itself, the frame's supposed to be for 140, 150. I kind of want to go something that route, and I'm going to leave it here for now. I'm going to get back to it pretty soon because I already have the fork that I want to install. But I'm just going to go over why I picked certain parts, and one of the biggest reasons is because a lot of these were already had at home. I wanted to put name brand stuff, so pretty much Shimano stuff. The Diori, it's not the most expensive, but I would say that it's probably among the best for people who want to build on a budget. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to the way this bike's going to look at the end of the build. I want to thank anybody for watching. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I should have this done by the end of next week. So look forward to that. Again, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. What are you even doing here?